paying attention to a whole bunch of cryptocurrencies as of late, you'll know that there's a large marketplace full of potential coins for you to go and invest in. The question is, though, which ones do you go and invest in? Some of the better known ones are really expensive and are incredibly restricted in what you can get. While some of the lower ones may be all you can get, but that's not exactly a good thing. But in VeChain, there might be an altcoin you can invest in happily. Allow us to show you VeChain, 7 things you didn't know about it. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. What is VeChain? VeChain is a blockchain platform designed to enhance supply chain management and business processes. Its goal is to streamline these processes and information flow for complex supply chains through the use of distributed ledger technology, DLT. The VeChain platform contains 2 distinct tokens, VeChain Token, VET, and VeChain Thor Energy, VTHO. The former is used to transform value across VeChain's network, and the latter is used as energy or gas to power smart contract transactions. VeChain states that its goal is to build a trust-free and distributed business ecosystem platform to enable transparent information flow, efficient collaboration, and high-speed value transfers. Supply chain data for business processes are currently compartmentalized in silos among multiple stakeholders. This affects information flow, which is again divided among stakeholders. According to VeChain's white paper, blockchain technology can break this asymmetric information problem and allow ownership of data to return to and empower its owner. The VeChain platform claims to provide a 360-degree view of necessary information linked to a product and its business processes, such as storage, transportation, and supply, to authorize stakeholders and create greater market transparency. How VeChain can be used. The platform can be used to track quality, authenticity, storage temperature, transportation medium, and last-mile delivery of a medicine pack or an alcohol bottle right from the manufacturing facility through to the final delivery to the end customer. To accomplish this goal, VeChain uses smart chips or radio frequency identification, RFID tags, and sensors that broadcast key information onto the blockchain network that can be accessed in real time by authorized stakeholders. The application of sensors means that all parameters related to the product can be constantly monitored and problems, if any, can be communicated back to the relevant stakeholders. Manufacturers and customers are informed if a drug packet is stored outside a prescribed temperature range, allowing for service improvements and better quality control. In another example, the VeChain platform can enable automobile owners to own their data and use it to negotiate better terms and policies with their insurance companies. Its history. VeChain was founded in 2015 by Sunny Lu, the former Chief Information Officer, CIO of Louis Vuitton China. It started as a subsidiary of Bitsy, one of China's largest blockchain companies, and is among the few blockchains that already have a substantial customer base among established companies. Initially, the VeChain token functioned on the Ethereum blockchain. VeChain transitioned onto its own blockchain and rebranded itself in 2018. As part of the rebrand, the VeChain blockchain became the VeChain Thor, VET blockchain. Goals for the VeChain blockchain platform are outlined in its white paper. Its initial target was to disrupt the supply chain industry by making data actionable and transparent. It also plans to be a leader in dApps and initial coin offerings, ICOs, made using VeChain, as well as being an Internet of Things, IoT, intermediary. VeChain has inked strategic partnerships over the years with several companies in order to help achieve this goal. Among them is an agreement with PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, for VeChain's blockchain-powered solutions to be used by the accounting firm's client base to improve product verification and traceability. VeChain has also partnered with Renault, creating, in conjunction with Microsoft and Vizio, a digital car maintenance book that cannot be tampered with, and is the government technology partner for Gui'an, an economic development zone for the central Chinese government. The platform. The VeChain Thor blockchain platform is a public blockchain intended for mass business adoption. It has two tokens, VET and VTHO. VET is the VeChain token that is used to carry value, or smart money, from smart contracts. In other words, transactions on decentralized applications occurring on VeChain's blockchain will use VET. It is available for investing by the general public. The VTHO token stands for VeChain Thor Energy and is also known as Thor Energy. It is used to power transactions on VeChain and is equal to the cost of conducting transactions on its blockchain. The concept is similar to that of Ethereum's Ether and Neo's Gas, in that developers need to budget for a certain number of underlying tokens, which are not exposed to the public, in order to conduct transactions for their decentralized applications. Per VeChain's white paper, the two-token system was devised for effective governance and to have a predictable economic model for decentralized applications developers. In its current form, Ethereum lacks such a model because the price of Ether, its native gas token, is volatile. As such, developers have to estimate the amount of Ether required for a transaction. The transaction fails if their estimate turns out to be incorrect. VeChain's white paper outlines several technical enhancements that its platform has made to overcome this problem. For example, the VET blockchain allows proof of work, POW, to be conducted for every transaction. This means that the people conducting a transaction can mine more VTHO if their initial estimate was wrong. The protocol. The VeChain Thor blockchain uses proof of authority as a consensus protocol. Per this protocol, votes are dispersed based on VET holdings and disclosure. VET holders without Know Your Customer, KYC, credentials, and with 1 million tokens in their account are assigned 20% of all votes, while VET holders with KYC and the same amount in their accounts are responsible for 30%. There are 101 masternodes responsible for reaching consensus on transactions in VeChain's blockchain. This system is different from Bitcoin, which requires all nodes to vote on a transaction before reaching consensus. Anonymous nodes are not allowed, and disclosure of identity is an essential prerequisite to becoming an authority masternode. According to VeChain's white paper, this system uses less power and does not require a minimum number of validators to reach consensus. The other type of masternode in VeChain is the economic masternode. These do not produce blocks or ledger records and are used as a check on power. This is done by allocating a certain number of votes to each economic master node based on their VET holdings. Each 10,000 VET held by an economic master node gets a single vote. The system of master nodes centralizes voting rights in a decentralized system. But the founders of VeChain have said that their aim in designing this protocol is to achieve a balance between centralization and decentralization. Sync to wallet. Anyone who's been using the internet knows what a web-based application is, whether the purpose is e-commerce, communications, or simply entertainment. And thanks to the development of the modern web browser, these web apps are accessible across all types of hardware devices and operating systems. While we would like to think that blockchain dApps are just as simple, the truth is the technology isn't there yet. VeChain hopes to change all this with the introduction of the Sync 2 digital wallet app. The Sync 2, which was released in its alpha version in January 2021, provides the missing piece of critical infrastructure in enabling the true mass adoption of dApp technology. Sync 2 frees users from the restrictions of browser type, hardware, and OS, and makes up using dApps as simple and intuitive as using any web-based app. In combination with VeChain's native feed delegation protocols, users will no longer need to manage crypto to pay gas fees. Instead, dApp owners or DAAS service providers can fund gas fees on a user's behalf. It can be installed as a local app on desktop or mobile device, or used simply as a web application with no installation requirement, providing maximal flexibility and consistent user experience. Should you invest in VeChain? As you can see, VeChain is a very different and arguably more tangible version of crypto. That honestly makes it highly appealing, as it's designed to be something you can monitor much more easily than other coins on the market. As a result of that, it might just be something to check out. And given that it's working with accredited businesses, something that many aren't able to do for one reason or another, you might find it even more necessary to go and invest, as you can be assured that it isn't a scam. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the VeChain and how it might just be the cryptocurrency you're looking for if you're aiming to get into the crypto game in a big way? Had you heard of VeChain beforehand? Do you think that it's something you might want to get into now? Or do you have another coin in mind? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.